Every night, a monster with 30 legs lies on your ceiling, staring at you as you sleep. Your first instinct is to grab a slipper and smash it into a smear. But I'm asking you to hold up. Because it's actually taking a bullet for you. Its name is Yu Yen, but don't confuse it with the cooking oil and salt. The characters have a bug radical. 90% of people mispronounce and misspell these two characters. In northeastern China, they call it grass shoe sole, in Hunan, money string, elsewhere, fragrant oil bug. What do you call it in your dialect? But what I really want to say today is this: nearly every single piece of trivia about this bug online is wrong. For example, the reason you're so terrified of it stems from a rumor spread in many places. It supposedly sneaks into your ear while you're asleep, crawls into your brain, and eats it bit by bit, turning you into an idiot. I have to tell you responsibly, this is an outright lie. The human ear canal is a dead end. That eardrum at the end is something the bug simply cannot penetrate. Let alone eating your brain. This story that has scared you for half your life, not one word of it is true. But the truth about it is even scarier than the rumor. Let's start with its most hair-raising skill, speed. Yu Yen runs on walls and ceilings. Almost as fast as on the ground, zipping 40 centimeters per second. By the time your brain registers where it is, it's already vanished into a crack in the wall. The way it glides across the wall looks like a flying clump of tangled hair. What drives you even crazier is that you almost never manage to squash it. Its antennae and long legs are insanely sensitive to air vibrations. Before your hand comes down, it has already sensed the airflow rushing toward it, does a sharp turn, and slips into a crack. All you ever hit is a handful of wall dust. And as for cockroaches, this bug is their worst nightmare. One Yu Yen can take out hundreds or even thousands of cockroaches, termites, mosquitoes, bedbugs, and spiders in a single year. Its pest control efficiency is higher than any insecticide you can buy, and it leaves zero chemical residue. Now, let's correct the first misconception. Many say each of its 30 legs has a venomous stinger at the tip. Wrong. The venom isn't in the legs at all. Its real weapon is a pair of venom jaws located under its head, modified from its front legs. It first wraps its prey in its long legs like a bundle, then injects venom with one bite. In a fraction of a second, the prey is completely paralyzed. From target lock to consumption, the whole process takes less than 2 seconds. But what really fascinates scientists about Yu Yen is its body, which is so precisely designed it seems unnatural. Its body has 15 segments, each with a pair of legs, and the legs get longer toward the rear. The final pair is nearly twice the length of its body. They're so long you can't tell if they're legs or antennae. This isn't a developmental flaw, it's intentional. It disguises its rear end as its head. When it stays still, even its natural enemies can't tell which end is which. A species that spent hundreds of millions of years training itself so it can't tell head from tail, just to survive, isn't that tragic? Now look at its eyes. In the entire centipede family, most members are nearly blind. Some even lack eyes altogether. But Yu Yen is an outlier. It has a pair of well-developed compound eyes, made up of hundreds of tiny lenses. In pitch-black darkness, you can't see a thing. But it moves as if it's wearing night vision goggles. Pursue, flank, wrap, inject venom, devour, 5 steps executed in one seamless flow. You think the bedroom is quiet after lights out. But underneath your bed, a hunt you've never witnessed plays out every night. And its origin is the wildest part. The lineage Yu Yen belongs to is the oldest in the entire centipede family. Fossils date back about 430 million years. Back then, not even a proper tree had grown on land. It survived mass extinction after mass extinction. Even the one that wiped out the dinosaurs didn't touch a single hair on it. It looked like this 400 million years ago. And it still looks like this today. That's not evolution, that's shipping with full specs right out of the factory. Not a single line of code needs changing. It also has a life-saving trick. When cornered, it will voluntarily snap off one of its legs. The severed leg keeps twitching on the ground, drawing your attention, while it makes a getaway. And that leg will grow back after just one molt. Snap it off and grow it back. That kind of will to survive, if applied to humans, would fill several books. Next up is the most widespread and most wildly wrong rumor. Some say that if you kill a Yu Yen, it releases pheromones that attract a swarm of its kin to take revenge. I tell you responsibly, this blame is actually pinned on larger centipedes, and it's been wrongly slapped onto Yu Yen. Yu Yen does not swarm into your house just because you killed one. What really draws a crowd is never its corpse, but something else entirely. Why do Yu Yen appear in your home? That's the real question. It's a pure carnivore. Wherever it shows up, it means only one thing: the prey there is already abundant enough to support a top-tier predator. In other words, that one Yu Yen you see is backed by dozens of cockroaches, bedbugs, and ants you don't see, hiding in your floor cracks. Behind cabinets, deep in drains. You think your house is clean, but Yen shows up and tells you. Sorry, your house is a bug nest. I'm here for work. So what you should really fear is not Yen, but the night after it disappears. Even more counterintuitive, this creature, which looks like a prop from a horror movie, poses nearly zero threat to humans. Its venom jaws are very weak, most of the time, they can't even pierce human skin. It doesn't bite, doesn't spread disease, doesn't steal your food. It does only one thing: kill bugs. Kill bugs. It kills pests, but few people know it's actually an invasive species. Its original home is the Mediterranean coast, and it hitched a ride across the ocean on human merchant ships and cargo. Only then did it arrive by our side. Simply put, it was our ancestors who brought it to one strange city after another, only to then find it ugly. Raise a slipper and end its life. But that's just how people are. Our ancestors were bitten by all kinds of venomous insects for millions of years in the jungle. That fear has long been etched into our genes. So the moment you lay eyes on it, before your reason even boots up, instinct has already sounded the alarm, and your hand has already raised the slipper. Ugliness is the greatest injustice it faces in this world. It kills cockroaches for you. And you kill it in return. It protects your home, and you destroy its life. It lived quietly for 430 million years, bothering no one and offending no one. In the end, its biggest natural enemy is neither a bird nor a frog, but that slipper in your hand. It spent hundreds of millions of years learning to disguise its rear end as a head, pretending it can't tell directions. Just to survive one more second before your slipper comes down. Next time you meet it, you can be afraid, but before you raise your hand, please think for one more second. It means no harm. It's just not easy on the eyes. There is a bug that can kill without a trace. Every summer, countless people die from its bite. It is 1,000 times quieter than a mosquito, yet 1,000 times more terrifying. And most of the pathogens this bug spreads still have no cure. Even if patients survive, they are often left permanently disabled. This video is the one you absolutely need to watch this summer. It's called the tick. In northeast China, people call it grass crawler. They say every region has a different name for it. It's a thing smaller than a sesame seed. Yet it is one of the arthropods that transmit the most types of diseases on Earth. Let's start with a real case. Last summer, a 70-year-old man was walking by a river when he accidentally brushed against some bushes. It took just seconds. 3 days after returning home, he developed a fever and was rushed to the hospital. They found 17 ticks on his body. He was diagnosed with severe fever with thrombocytopenia syndrome. And sent straight to the ICU. 17 ticks, hiding in his clothes and hair. He felt absolutely nothing. Do you realize how terrifying that is? This wasn't some deep mountain forest. It was a normal riverbank on the outskirts of a city. Let's talk about what a tick actually is. Many people think ticks are insects. Wrong. They belong to the class Arachnida. Related to spiders and mites. With 6 legs as larvae and 8 legs as adults, they look like crawling sunflower seed shells. Before feeding, they are smaller than sesame seeds. After feeding, they can grow to the size of a soybean. They have no eyes. They locate their prey by sensing the carbon dioxide you exhale and your body heat, tracking you like thermal imaging. They wait quietly on the tips of grass, like hunters in a sci-fi movie, waiting for you to pass by. What's even more insidious is their mouth. When a tick bites, it first cuts through the skin with serrated mouthparts. Then drives its barbed head deep into the flesh to anchor itself, while secreting a natural anesthetic. You feel no pain at all during the entire process. It just feeds on you, completely unnoticed, for days. But that's not the scariest part. What's truly deadly is what comes out of its mouth. While feeding, the tick injects pathogens from its body directly into your bloodstream. Ticks can transmit over 40 diseases, each capable of causing disability or death. As of 2023, cases have been reported in 27 provinces nationwide, primarily concentrated in Shandong, Hunan, Anhui, Hubei, Liaoning, Zhejiang, and Jiangsu. If you live in one of these provinces, please be sure to tell everyone you know. And it has one more extremely sneaky trait: the early symptoms of infection are almost identical to the common cold, fever, fatigue, muscle aches. It is incredibly easy to misdiagnose. By the time a correct diagnosis is made, multiple organ failure has often already set in. That's the most poisonous part. You don't die from the tick bite, you die from thinking it was nothing. What's even more chilling is that this disease doesn't just spread from ticks to humans, it can also spread from person to person, through direct contact with an infected person's blood, secretions, or excretions, leading to cluster outbreaks. This means if you go to take care of a family member who has been bitten by a tick, and you don't protect yourself properly, you could also get infected. So the question is, where do ticks like to hang out? Many people think ticks only live in deep mountain forests, and that city people have nothing to worry about. Dead wrong. Ticks are active from April to October each year. Peak season is from May to July, and in the south it can even extend from March to November. Mountain forests are the hardest hit areas. But lawns in city parks, green belts in residential areas, and roadside bushes also have them. When you take your dog for a walk, and your dog rolls in the grass, ticks can climb onto its fur and then from its fur onto your hands, onto your pants. You think sitting on the grass in a park is romantic. But you're actually sitting in a tick's all-you-can-eat buffet. So what if you do get bitten? Remember 3 things: don't yank it, don't pinch it, don't burn it. Applying essential oil or alcohol, these actions are all wrong. When a tick is stimulated, it goes into panic mode, and pumps even more venom and pathogens into your bloodstream. The risk doesn't just double, it multiplies. There's only one correct step: go to the hospital immediately. Prevention is actually not complicated. Just a few habits to get into. When heading outdoors, wear light-colored long sleeves and long pants, and tuck your pants into your socks. Leave no gaps. Spray an insect repellent containing DEET on your clothes and shoes. First thing when you get home, take a shower and carefully check behind your ears, scalp, armpits, and groin. Have a family member check your back. If you have a pet, every time you come back from a walk, you must check your pet's entire body. It's the main way ticks get inside. Someone asked me, does that mean we can't go outside in summer? Of course not. Summer meadows, forests, streamsides. They're worth going to, worth experiencing. Nature isn't wrong. Ticks are just living by their instincts. What we need to do isn't to be afraid, but to understand, know where they are. Know how they bite, know what to do if bitten. People armed with knowledge are the ones who are truly safe, those who walk through nature with awareness. Everything in nature has its rules. What we learn isn't to run away, but how to coexist with danger and still live well. Summer joy shouldn't be paid for with your life. And definitely not thrown away just because you didn't know.